So after Janie tells Tea Cake that she wants to live in his world and do all of the things that he does, things, of course, that her grandmother or George Schuyler or Carl Van Bective might consider primitive, he leaves her again to go and win back her money by gambling, particularly by throwing the dice. So again, he's gone for a long time. And that's where we find ourselves with this passage. Janie waited till midnight without worrying, but after that she began to be afraid, so she got up and sat around, scared and miserable, thinking and fearing all sorts of dangers, wondering at herself, as she had many times this week, that she was not shocked at Tea Cake's gambling. It was part of him, so it was all right. She rather found herself angry at imaginary people who might try to criticize. Let the old hypocrites learn to mind their own business and leave other folks alone. Tea Cake wasn't doing a bit more harm trying to win himself a little money than they was, always with their lying tongues. Tea Cake had more good nature under his toenails than they had in their so-called Christian hearts. She better not hear any of those old backbiters talking about her husband. Please, Jesus, don't let them nasty men hurt her boy. If they do, Master Jesus, grant her a good gun and a chance to shoot him. Tea Cake had a knife, it was true, but that was only to protect himself. God knows Tea Cake wouldn't harm a fly. So as she goes into this internal dialogue, she engages in a conversation with the likes of her grandmother or Joe Starks, or possibly some of those so-called uppity people that we saw in the Bessie movie, who are looking for African American culture to be respectable and who are interested in uplifting the race. And Janie has an internal argument with them, even though they're not there, and points out that he is not doing any harm, that they are hypocrites, and that they should not say anything about him. And then she becomes immediately afraid of where he is gambling, knowing that he could be hurt badly. And lo and behold, he does get hurt badly. He gets stabbed, and it takes a little while for him to recover from that stabbing. So in this passage, Janie has an internal dialogue with God or Jesus, with the more uppity black people, or perhaps white people too, who judge working class blues culture, and to a certain extent with herself.